Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever Seas 2, the Great Lakes. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode. Last time out, we bought this train. We got this train going. It replaced one of the old steam engines, the Class 9000s, I think. As a matter of fact, no, that's not the steam engine it replaced. But yeah, we got the steam engine replaced, and we saw that this is going to have a massive increase on the actual output coming out of Detroit. So in this episode we're looking to further improve this by trying to get some more routes running, some better setups, and just going to go generally and go, right, let's see what we can get out of this train and this route coming up to the end of the series. So make sure you join me for the next 20 to 25 minutes for that. Okay, so here we are in Toledo or Detroit, and the first thing I want to do is I've realised that we've got a signal out here, but we don't have any signals on these routes. Now if you look here, there are trains that run out of this, and I've got a feeling that this could cause a lot of issues. So I need to put a signal about here. I'm just going to use a dwarf signal right there to ensure that any train coming out of this is not going to be blocking all the way through. I just don't want it blocking the whole way through. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to bring that signal back. I'm going to put that signal about here. There we go. Fantastic. So that's a good start. Next up, what I want to do is, have I increased the number of... I know I was doing something with this. Did I increase the number of trucks on this? Vehicles... Yep, I've increased the number of trucks, fine. So we've got a whole new set of trucks, but it's still, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but we're going to see what happens from there. This seems to be getting a little bit busy, so we're going to go ahead and change this very quickly. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to create a 3-lane street here. Obviously that can't be a 3-lane street, and this can't be a 3-lane street, but we're going to swap that over to slim large street like that all the way along. So we're going to go that way, and I suppose could we run it along here, which, yeah, I guess we could run it all the way along this. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Right, we'll go back to that in a minute, but let's quickly fix this. And I've just narrowed the entire road down a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got that. I guess I can bring that up too. All the rest is okay. That's there, that's there. I think this one along here. That seems fair. That seems fair. The only thing I need to change now is I need to bring this back to a little... small, slim, medium street. Sure, why not? There we go. Okay, so now that we've got that, that's actually going to help us out a little bit. So moving on from that, we need to figure out how we're going to get the extra bits and bobs out and about. So we've got 236 waiting to go to Chicago. Now, is this the one that goes to Chicago? It is. So this is what goes to Chicago, and it can carry... I'm not sure what it is, but this train is definitely going to need replacement. It's only a 412 meter train. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase that to a 600 meter train that runs from there to Naperville. And then at Naperville, as I said in the last episode, we've got the trains that are going to go all the way along. And we're going to have a train that goes from St. Louis to Naperville to Green Bay and then up to Sault Ste. Marie. So those 4 stops are going to be with the one train, and that one train is going to be wherever they are. We're going to have to find them. We're going to have to find those trains. It's the CSX trains. These CSX trains, which are currently, what? 338 meters. You know what? I'm going to actually leave them short like that, but I'm going to add a third train or a 4th train to that actual build. So let's go ahead and get this train replaced. So to start with, anytime now. There we go. Okay, so the locomotive we're going to have. Another thing I need to mention is that I think it was the I can't remember who it was, but told me that these trains are pretty poor. Even though it seems like on paper they're supposed to be really good, they are really poor, and that's the problem I am having. So we're going to have to replace those trains fairly soon, but I just want to get this train replaced first of all. Of course, we're not going to use that anymore. Now, this has a top speed of 50 miles per hour and has power of 1,595 HP, and it's a 282... Oh wow, it's a Mikado, or Mikado, however you want to pronounce it. So if we have a look at the Mikados, that's this one here, 51,000 pound-feet of torque. So if we were to swap it out for... Oh, I wish we could swap it out for these, but we can't. So that's a problem. Let's move on from that. Let's go for... You know what? 2 CSX trains should be able to haul this better than that one did. So let's start introducing CSX trains in places. Unless we want to introduce these trains. Let's introduce these trains in... Nope, CSX it is. So there we go. We've got a double CSX. That should be pretty good. And obviously we're going to increase the amount that this train's going to have. So we're going to go for wagons. And we are going for... Now, normally we went for boxcars. Boxcars can carry livestock, plastic, machine tools, food, and goods. So that's a pretty good setup right there. But I don't know whether I want to... Let's see. Are there any boxcars that we can take that might look a little bit better? Not too sure. Illinois Central, CP Rail, Burlington Northern. I guess we could really start pushing Burlington Northern out on these. New York Central, Chicago Northwestern. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. This can only take... Yeah, these can't take the kind of things that we want them to take. So it is going to be these boxcars, unfortunately. And it looks like it's going to be Burlington Northern. So perhaps... we need to change our... We need to start bringing these in, I guess. Which means that we're going to have a lot more of these sitting around. So instead of that, let's go ahead and bring in those. Fantastic. Hang on a minute. Do we have multiple units that are backwards and... Yes, we do. Why don't we just take one of them? Let's take one of them. That makes sense to me. Please don't crash. There we go. Good. Okay, now let's go back to the freight ones and we'll go for the Burlington Northern freight cars. Which is just going to be a whole bunch of them. And they can go automatic and we're going to see just what we can get out of it. So we're going to bring it up to what? We've got a 412 meter train. I said I was going to bring it up to a full 600, didn't I? So let's bring it up to a full... No, that's 610. 594, that seems pretty good. So what exactly is that? That's 36 of them. So current capacity is what? Where's our current capacity? Current capacity is 450. The new capacity is going to be 36 times 18, 15, 600, 648 is going to be the new capacity of these trains. So that's pretty good. That should really improve it. And there is only one of these trains. So what I'm going to do is, if we need to, I'm going to create a second one. So that's something that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and follow this train on its final journey. So the last episode was called A Very Green Train. This is going to be called Another Very Green Train, I guess. I mean, yes, I know that the colours aren't... It's not perfect. I do know that, of course, if we had all the extra colours, that would have been far nicer. But, you know, it's okay. It will do. It will do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I know I'm getting this replaced. Let's save it quickly. We're still in 1984 because of me slowing it down a huge amount. And that's the only reason I slowed it down is because it was just it was going past too fast. The days were just going past way too fast. Oh, actually, I do want to check this and see what kind of speed it's doing. So at the moment, it's doing 33 miles per hour. So it is struggling. 34. So this train does really struggle. Now, my other concern is that this is starting to get very congested. These two lines, they're starting to get very congested. So I'm going to be. That's a bit of a worry. Look at this. Here comes the New York Central. One of the last remaining fast steam engines. It does look very realistic. That's something I do have to say, and I've mentioned it before, how realistic it looks. But yes, 37 miles per hour. You can see it's struggling. It really is. But that's okay. Then we go overhead. That train's going to potentially need replacement using the CP rail ones, and that's going to remain. That's going to remain with the CP rail, but we might swap it out for a faster train. Or a faster locomotive anyway. Here comes one of the other Burlington Northern ones. Now, perhaps the Burlington Northern is not the right train to be using here. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know any better. I'm not from America, and I'm not too sure. I'm trying to get an understanding and work out what needs to go where. But, of course, I'm not too sure at all. And we've got a whole bunch of goods to pick up, 542. See, now if we had the current train, this would only be able to take 450 of that. The new train is going to be able to take the entire lot. Oh, that's very green. That's very, very green. That's green and I really like it. That's well done too. It doesn't have a... On the thumbnail it showed the textures were backwards, but on this it clearly isn't. So let's see the kind of speed that this new 600 meter train can do. I want to have a full what do you call it? It's fly past? Yeah, let's call it a fly past. Trackside view. There you go. All Burlington Northern. Which, I mean, we are north, so I know I've got the northern part right, but the Burlington part, perhaps not. Xia, maybe you can help me out on this. Here, another train. Is that a CSX train? Yeah, it's a CSX train. That could actually end up being quite an interesting little shot. There you go. Look at that, another interesting shot. And that train's full, so clearly we need to start working on that too. But let's see now. So we've got this train. It's already doing 44 miles per hour, so that's a good sign. I'll keep that. I'll do that. So that's let's zoom out so we can't hear it. There we go. And what do we have waiting here? 249 waiting, but we've got another one of these big trains coming in. Hey, I've just noticed the numbers are different. 5300 and the others what? 3064. Wait, are they completely different trains? They might be completely different trains and I never noticed. They are. They're completely different trains. Or are they? Hang on. GP40-2. These are not GP40-2s, are they? No, these are U30. Ah, okay. Completely different trains. Same company. That's lovely to see. This needs to be changed. This is the... Yeah, these are the slow trains. So obviously that's going to have to be fixed. Pennsylvania Railroad. Lake Erie. What's that? Lackawanna. Pennsylvania Railroad again. New York Central. And then some random Pennsylvania Railroad flat cars. Okay, so that's just gone ahead and done whatever it needs to do. Now you see what would have happened here is one of these trains would have ended up blocking the other. And it would have been this train unable to move because that one was all the way back there. So that's kind of fixed that. This should start producing more now, which it is. So 302, 303, that's fine. And where is that train? That train's now on its way back. This is impressive. Ooh, these two green trains are going to cross each other, aren't they? Yep. We need to find the crossing point. The crossing point is going to be... That's going that way, that's going that speed. How fast is this going? 65 miles per hour, faster than we've ever had before. The crossing point is going to be here, I think. Ah, missed it slight. There it is. Look at that. That looks awesome. That really does look awesome. Okay, so that train is really doing what it needs to do. It's definitely going faster than the other train ever would have. 367 waiting. This train's obviously waiting in line. This is what I was talking about with the trouble that we're going to potentially have. That's now going to coast in. Okay, good. So that's that done. Let's pause that for now, and now let's have a look at the... where are we looking? Here. Let's end this episode by having a look at the CSX trains. These ones here. So what do we have? We have 20 of the... These are standard flat cars, aren't they? Yeah, they're just the standard Pennsylvania Railroad flat cars. We're going to continue using them, but what we're going to do is we're going to change this up. And we're going to go St. Louis Exchange. I'm going to get rid of that. And then go St. Louis Exchange. Naperville West like we always do. Then we're going to continue up. And we're going to see if we can park it into Green Bay. And then from Green Bay we're going to see if we can park it in over here into Sainte Marie. Or can we? No. Let's not do that. Let's put it in this one. Oh no, it wants to go there. No, can I change the platform? Ah, that only wants it to be on a single route. Okay, let's not do that then. Let's put it here for now. Awesome. So we'll have it coming in on this line. And we'll have to sort this out too. As a matter of fact, this is probably going to go on a little bit longer. So let's sort out the route first of all. That's not exactly what it's supposed to be doing, is it? Well, actually, technically it can be. I guess back from Sault Ste. Marie, there's nothing there, so it's just got to go over. Although I suppose we could do that, and you never know, because if we have anything coming back, we can do that and then back over to St. Louis. Okay, this is going to be something that we continue in the next episode. So obviously we've got the two very green trains, but we need to establish this and make sure that this is going to end up okay. What other lines are here that we need to just take a peek at? We've got that one, and we've got that one. Okay, so it's those three. Now that's completely okay, because that seems to make complete sense. That goes up there, that goes across there. It's just when it comes to this part. See, look, it seems to, for some reason, it just goes into this one. The reason being is because that's double slip. That's okay. Let's put some signals down. That's probably what's causing it. If I put a signal here. Nope, that's wrong. A signal's clearly the wrong way. The signal is supposed to be, for example, let's put the signal there. and put another signal. As we're coming up to this, we'll put it there. Okay, there we go. Now that's done that. Now the train that's going across obviously cannot... It needs to be on this middle line. That's where it needs to be. How do we get it? How do we get this onto the middle line? That's going to be something we need to have a look at in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever Series 2, The Great Lakes, and then Series 3, The Great Western Railway. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your supports will be massively appreciated. You can also find me on Twitch if you're not watching this on Twitch, at twitch.tv/ECGadget, and you can find me on social media for any changes, updates, know when I'm streaming, any new series that's coming along, and any changes to the schedule, which I'm sure you guys have noticed over the past few days. The schedule's been a little bit all over the place, but I am trying to recover right now. So do follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ECGadgetLP for information upon all of that. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time in Transports Fever Series 2, The Great Lakes.